Windows, we might need it. So here we have to download the VPN file here. So you click on download. I've downloaded it actually, but I can try to re-download it for practice sake. So this is it. The VPN will carry your pornlab name .ovn VPN. So, and to start the VPN, we have to as well install OpenVPN. To install OpenVPN, I think with the latest Kali Linux or probably Ubuntu, I don't know, but for Kali Linux, OpenVPN is pre-installed. OpenVPN, you can see it here. How you know that a tool or a command you are typing is available is that from white it will change color to the color set, So this means that it's available, this OpenVPN. And in case it's not installed on your machine, you can do sudo apt install OpenVPN. So here we can do that. We can install OpenVPN with that. So let me even try to do search here. I think we should be able to get that here now. You can see OpenVPN. We just search the repository now. So this is searching the repository. So you can see this OpenVPN Kali rolling now 2.1. So installed automatic. So this one is also automatically installed on the Kali Linux. So this is the OpenVPN itself, the one with the name directly. So with that, we can now do apt sudo apt install OpenVPN. So what we just do is that we search for it on the repository, then type in this, then we can try to install it. You can see because I've installed mine, it says that OpenVPN is already the newest version. So OpenVPN set to manual install. So that you can see it's installed here. So if it is installed on your machine, this is the result. You most likely get this result, or we tell you if it is available for an upgrade. And if yours is not installed, you have to install it. All right. So getting to know that, having known that our machine is have OpenVPN installed. So now let me navigate to the directory that the OVN file is downloaded. So let me search here. You can see we have topmost dot. You can see here we have topmost dot OVPN here. So I'm going to connect to that. So for my own last research too, please try to just make sure you do sudo openvpn, sudo openvpn, and type the name of the VPN, the OVPN file. You can press tab to autocomplete. So you press enter. So now you can see protocol options. This is once you get here, the VPN is running. Note, if this is the only terminal you open, you cannot break out of this terminal. If you try to break out of this terminal, it means that the VPN will stop working. So what you can do here is to open another terminal. If you come to your Kali Linux, I think that should be in action or 5. So with 5, you can do new tab here. You can close tab here, new window entirely. But here, let's just open new tab. So to do that, I just showed you how to do that manually. You can press it here manually, new tab, or you press Control plus Shift plus T. It will open a new tab entirely. So to zoom your screen, what I did for mine. So to zoom your screen, you just press Control plus to zoom your screen. So you do Control plus to zoom your screen. So right here we have our OpenVPN running already. So now we do Control plus. So what we want to do now is that having given the IP address. So what we need is this IP address. We want to scan this IP address of open ports. So we want to scan the ports that are open in this IP address. So what you are going to do is that we are going to use a tool called nmap. That means shorting for network mapper. So we do nmap dash capital P small n. Then the IP address you paste it here, and we just press enter. So that will search the server that this IP address belongs to detect open port. No, and this will search the first 1,000 port. There's something called first 1,000 port. We have how many ports available? 65,000, I think 65,353 ports in total. So, but this for this command, we search first 1,000 port. You can see here, not shown 99 plus this one, making 1,000. So the top 1,000 rather, yeah, it will search the top 1,000 that are commonly used. So we can see that here, the open port here, we have HTTP. So, that's hypertext transfer protocol. We have it here insecure. So what you can do here is that we know that this web browser is running this IP address, this server is running a website, a web server rather. So what you can do is that we can come here, try to copy our IP address, and we can try to open it. Sorry, I opened a lot of tabs here. So let's try to open it here. Boom. Now we know that our website, the server is running a website. It's running a website. So there's a web server running it. My wife in what's it called? In with network mapper. Let me just try to do an advanced search here. Nmap. Let me try to I will explain this later. So this we also search for the top port, then -a. Let me paste the IP address. So this will detect the version of the OS of the web server running on it. Okay. Okay. They have configured this not to allow not to allow sophisticated network mapping. So you can see that all seems down if it is really up, but blocking our ping probes. Right. So that means that this -pn is stealthier compared to this one. This one is noisier. If you try to perform this, the firewall may dictate it and block it, but this one is stealthier. Yeah. Do you understand? This one states here that is, the firewall might not quickly detect it, and that's why we're able to enumerate. But this one is actually, kind of noisy because with this -a, it's going to detect the OS version, grab the banner, and in fact, it will as well highlight the the version of the web server that is running on it. So this one is kind of sophisticated compared to the -pn. So let's go back to our search here. You can see it's running a website. And let's try to click on it. Work Pro. Nothing, nothing is moving. Nothing changed. This one too, nothing changed. There's no redirection. Nothing is changing. Nothing is changing. Nothing. So this even tells us that this website is most likely a static website. Let's try something here. Nothing changed as well. Nothing changed as well. Nothing here. So now what you can do, we can um perform our investigation further. You can just right click anywhere here, right click, and let's try to view page source. Now you can see with right click, you view the page source. From the page source, even right here, we can dictate. You can see here, this is the page. You can see the workflow, the href for linking. You can see here image source. This image is being stored on Amazon S3 bucket. This is the name of the bucket, Mega Big Tech s3.amazon.aws. So performing a penetration testing, your client might give you a scope, just like this one we are working on now, might be a scope from your client. You want to take a quality note taking. You want to adopt a quality note taking. So here we'll be gathering all the informations, all our findings, we'll be gathering them. So, and in one of our previous classes, I introduced one. You can see this is a sign that we are connected to VPN. You can see this is the VPN IP address. So you can see it here. We are connected to the VPN. So we are going to use a tool for screenshot on Kali Linux or generally on graphical Linux OS called Flame Shot. So open it. It is open now. So to now take a screenshot, you come here, you see Flame Shot, click on it. So from here, then you can now take a screenshot from here. All right. So yeah, let's create a let's highlight here. You select this like empty square box for highlighting. So we highlight here. So this is what we want to highlight, you know. So we highlight that. So you can either press this to copy or you press Ctrl C. And that's what I'm going to do. Ctrl C, that's very fast. That's faster. Ctrl C. So we want to paste that in our notes. Let me open a new note. Let me open a new note here. Which should be under take root. All right. Let me open a new note. Sorry. I'm using Notion.io for my note taking. Okay. Let me just temporarily. I'm going to put it full detail later. But for this, let's just paste this one here now. Okay. So we can properly name this identifying AWS account from S3. Can copy this and name our notes /h1. Sorry. Okay, this already H1. So we can do it like that. So we know that we are. And also want to paste the URL. We want to paste the URL here for locating it easily. So I want to copy the URL and paste it for further research. So come here, do that here. You can just say URL. Okay, let's say bucket. That should be bucket URL. Bucket URL. So paste it here. So we know that these are bucket URL. So there's our bucket URL. Let's try to click it from here as well. We try to click the URL. Now this is the name of the image. This is the image that this URL is actually pointing to particularly. So let's try to just delete this image. Let's see if it will list the other images. This is just like navigating through file. With this one now. Let's clear this view source here. Let's clear this view source here. Let's see if you can get anything. We got access denied. Sorry about that. So we got access denied. Access denied. You can see here. All right. With that, you can see this even further give us some information. Storage class is standard. This is the heat chart. If you have experience with AWS, you are going to understand this. So these are the link to the various images on the static web page. What Pro 2, what Pro 1. So these are the images. They have been stored in S3 buckets, and these are their URL they're referencing. So you know that we have that. Now let's try to enumerate our S3 bucket. Let's see if we can get something. Let's try to enumerate our S3 bucket. So let's copy Let's get the bucket name. What's the bucket name? The name of the bucket is Mega Big Check. All right. So let's try to enumerate our S3 bucket. So what you're gonna do is type AWS S3, AWS S3. Okay. All right. I'll do that. Okay. This is what's zoomed out actually. I think this should be. I believe you should be able to see this clearly now. Can you see this clearly now, please? The way I zoomed it out, the last one. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we do AWS S3, that is AWS, the name of the service. Then what do we want to do to the S3? We want to list, we want to see the content. So we type ls, it's for list. Then from which of the buckets? So we type S3 here. This is just, the bucket path. Mega, if I remember, mega big check. I can recall vividly. Let's try this. This means no sign. This no sign request means that we are not we are not authenticating this no sign request. That is, there's no user performing this action. All these things we do with profile. That is, there's no. We are just doing this on a general finding. You can see, even with no sign request, we're able to enumerate. So now we know that we have directory called images. So let's type that to let's enumerate further. Did I make the mistake? Oh, I forgot to add / here. Yeah, you can see here. These are the banner Note Pro 1. So these are just images actually. Though there's nothing really, that we can get here. There's nothing much that we can get here. There's nothing much. So what you can just do here, this just for enumeration. Actually, we can further perform actions to see if you can download all these images, if you can write, let's just try this one for an example, though it's not, you don't really need this, but let's just give it a try. So instead of ls to download, you do cp, that's copy, that is to make a copy. Then after you type cp, the name of the bucket and the file, then you list your path, dot. Remember, the meaning of dot means this present working directory we are in now. If you should add dot, it will move from the download directory to the home directory. You understand? So press enter here. Let's see if you can download. Go download this. Let's try to check that out. If you can actually perform that action. Voila, we're able to. So this file is 3.0 megabits in size. Since it's moving over network, we use bits, not byte. That's megabit. So now you can see that we're able to download the file banner. This is banner.jpg. So, and one of the things you might want to check later to see if you can write into the bucket. If you can write into the bucket, we can even further, exploit the bucket with script. We're still going to get there in some of our labs. So for this one, let's try to get our account ID. Let's focus on the business. So there's a tool called AWS S3 enumeration. There's a tool called AWS S3 enumeration that you can use to enumerate S3 account. You can use it S3 account enumeration. You can see this is the GitHub repo here. This is the GitHub repo here. Go to the repository itself. You can see S3 account search. It said this tool lets you find the account ID and S3 bucket belongs to. So this is the name of the tool we are going to use. So for this to work, you need to have at least one of these permission. This permission to download this. Actually, there's a way to configure this. You need your own personal account with these permissions configured before you can perform this S3 account search. So, our time is fast spent. We will have walked through how to set up that in our own account. But to install it, you can do pipx install at S3 account search. So you just copy this. The other method is pip, but you can use pipx. I do use pipx, and this is the usage example here. You can see the role and everything. So to do it with pipx, just have to paste it here, press enter. So if you install it, it will notify. If not, while that is installing, let's check here. Actually, these accounts require certain rules being included. So there is a rule that PornLab has pre-configured for us that we can use. So and there's also a user that has been configured. So there's need for a user and a role in order to perform this S3 account search. So that's why they provided us here the access key ID and the security key ID. So let's try to configure this, the access key ID and the secret key ID. Let's try to configure that now. You can see installed package. Now this is installed. So now this is installed. We have it S3 account search. Let's see here. Account search. You can see it's already here now. So, but let's configure our ID first. So we do AWS configure. Then the name we want to give the profile. Then let's call this S3. Let's just call this account ID. Let's just give it a name, very fast. So now we need to paste our access key, enter. Then we come here, paste our secret access key as well. Press enter. So the default US, we can use US is 1. Actually, there's a way we can get this for default output from our legacy JSON. So I will show us how we can get this the region a particular bucket belongs to. Time is fast, but now I think that should do with call. I think to H here. Try to get the https.com. So it's called that to call, paste it here. With this one, we should be able to get our the region our bucket belong to. You can see here the region here. This is the region US East 1. So with this, we can perfectly
I don't know. Okay.
Go ahead. What's that? Someone is trying to say something. Hello.
Yeah. Your screen was on a pass. Yeah, just I was one. I just have your lecture particular it wasn't changing. So I wanted to call your attention to that. But the page has changed.
Probably
Like it
that's
was just
network.
static changing as you were presenting. That's why I was
But it has changed now, right?
network.
It has changed now, right? Yeah, I think it's the network.
Yeah,
Sorry about
that's
that.
it.
Yes,
It,
sorry about
it
that.
has returned back to normal.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. It's network. It's the network. Sorry about that. Okay. Apologies. So you can see this is how you can get the region a bucket belongs to. You can see the server, yes, Amazon S3. So you can get the region with this method called hyphen capital I, then into the bucket. So we've configured this account. So let's try to get our ID. So PronLab actually provided um, a row here. They have pre-configured the row. So that's what you are going to use because we don't have ours. So we're still looking to how to create ours. So to now perform it with this command, this is what we are going to do. This is the row that PronLab provided actually. If we were to do this from our own account, we will need to create this row. And this is how to go about it, actually. So we need to first create a user. You can see first create an IAM user in your own AWS account. Okay, see this now. When setting up your own offensive infrastructure, you need to create the user, create the row with the trust policy that allows your user to assume it, and then attach the policy to my row to allow querying the bucket and lives. So you can see here, since we have provided the user with a role it can assume in order to carry out this task. If you do not have access to an AWS account, however, if you would like to set up the user and role yourself, you can create the policies below. So these are the policies here below. If you want to do it manually from your own end, but they have actually provided one for us, and this is the name. This is the name of the role here. We have the name of the role here. Here's the role self. So this is the name of the role. Leaky bucket rather. So what you can do here, you can see this is the name of the command, S3 account search. Then we do the Amazon resource name and to the row. So because they have it, we don't have it from our own end. So we just use this. So we come here and we'll paste it here. You see now this S3 account search, Amazon resource name, dot, this is the account ID that this row is created on. And you can see the name of the row, leaky bucket, and this is the name of the bucket you are trying to enumerate, mega big tech. So if you try to run this, you will run into error. Why? Because you have not indicated the profile that is performing this. That's why they added a user. So you have not included the user. And remember, it was for this purpose we configured the user earlier. So what you're going to do is to make mention of the user performing the search profile. Remember, we did account ID. So now we are just going to press enter. I'm going to press enter and we allow that to start. So these two will start. You can say starting search. So you can see this how these two will begin to find the account ID one by one from one number to two. Now it has found two. So that's how the two will be working. Actually, network is kind of making this a little bit slower. You can see another one, 107. It's of 12. Yeah, it's 12 now. Yeah. So we've gotten three. So while this is trying to find the account, let's go back to the lab. You can see finding this account folder, you can try to get the snapshot, the public snapshot, I think let me try to verify if I have my this account signed in. Well, because of our times now, we don't want us to go that deep far, but I just try to find out. You can see it's combining the search together. And we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 7, 3 more to go. So you can see after this search has performed and everything, we're able to locate the ID. Then we try this in our own account by pasting it to our personal AWS account on that snapshot. So then we'll be able to find the bucket that this belongs to. But there's a how to now restore it from that. I think there's another lab. Yeah. So please refer to this lab. So this lab we will now learn how to exploit, and this is the lab we are going to take next now. And try to open it in a new tab. This is the lab we are going to take next after this one. You cannot see the details here because we are still running the lab actually. So I think this loot public snapshot is part of the premium labs. I think let's verify that. I'm not sure this free. So in our next class, I will be providing the login credential. Uh, yeah, no. Okay, it's free. The loot public EBS snapshot is free. It's free. So we can take this one too as well. All right. Do anyone have something to share? Please go
Yes,
ahead with
thank
the question.
you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right. So we were able to get the account ID. You can see here. With these two, just getting the name of the bucket, we're able to enumerate the account ID. You can see here. And this is actually your flag for this lab. So if you come here to this lab and you paste this as your flag here, you can see. Let's try to submit the flag. I'm just pasting mine for the first time too. Congrats, you have successfully completed the challenge. So that's it for this lab. All right. Please, sorry to cut you short. Go ahead, Mr. Wisdom.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, tutor. So I
Welcome.
just wanted to know pertaining the your enumeration and
Yeah,
how did we like there's a notepad I noticed where you paste um information that you just copy from somewhere. Like the
yeah.
notepad, is it inside the lab or is that the notepad is in the Kali Linux? I don't know where the notepad is.
Yeah. This no this particular one, this particular note-taking tool I'm using is called Notion.io, .s rather. So you can actually Google search it. It's Notion. It's available. You can just browse it. Notion. So
Notion.
yeah, that's the name. And
Okay.
also, Kali Linux also have a tool that you can use to perform for this note taking. The name of the tool is called Cherry Tree. The name of the tool is called Cherry Tree. So with that Cherry Tree, you can have a node here. Let's say this node, want to call it AWS pen testing. This should just be like it should be like a tree. So this should be the root AWS pen testing. Want to create something here. Add subnode. So what's the name? We want to call this subnode. We want to call it identifying. Uh, I've forgotten the full name. Let's just say blah blah blah. Just identifying AWS account ID. So just call it that. So now you can see this like a tree. Then here we can paste our file. Then let me show you how to do that too as well. So let's take a screenshot of our finding here. As a pen tester, you'll be given reports. I'm just taking a screenshot here. So the next highlight where we got the full, yeah, that's it. Then I control C to copy. I've control C to copy. This one is asking me to save it in a folder. Let me create one here. AWS pen testing. Just create the folder. Um, identify AWS account ID. So save. Click on save here. So yeah, you remember I've copied the screenshot. I can just paste it here. That's it with this one. Wait, let me control Z. And just paste it here. You can see I can take a quality. So actually, probably maybe in one of the future classes we'll be holding, I'll explain how to use this too. With this one now, you can use it locally without connecting to the Notion.io on the web. So whichever one you prefer, that works best for you. Actually, you might want to have your findings, everywhere you go. So it's better to save it on the web, just like a cloud, a Notion.so. You can log into any device to access it. But if you prefer to do it locally, you can use this cherry tree. So whichever one works best for you, you can make your choice. Any further question?
So you meant motion, like motion.
No, not like motion, Notion. Let me show
Okay,
you here.
notion. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay, like a
you
notion.
can just Notion.so here. This is it. Just type Notion.so, you have it there.
Okay.
So that's it. I like
S
everything.
X X like
S,
X
no, let me
S.
type it
Okay.
here. SO, Notion.so, like that. So that's it. So that will be the end for this lab. Do anyone have question,
Yeah.
please?
Okay. Now the question I just want to ask is this also called privilege escalation to this
Like,
lab?
is this?
Yes. Our
Yeah,
enumeration for today is this also called privilege escalation?
for this lab tonight is floor
Yes. Not
privilege
tonight.
escalation. This is what we
Okay,
call
sir.
enumeration.
Okay,
This is
sir.
what we call enumeration. This is just, gathering information, getting the findings. I think in particular thing we call this information gathering or reconnaissance. Yeah. So we are just actually enumerating. So to now use it for privilege escalation, that's when we now use if you successfully identify any public AWS services being pushed by the owner of the account ID, just like the snapshot now, for an example. So in the next class, we are going to see how we can further escalate this present lab. So the next lab will be the continuation of this one, the next class. So then we are going to learn, then we are going to escalate this privilege. That is just, we are going to escalate this finding, actually. Is that clear now?
It is okay. It
All
is,
right,
and
thank you very much.
no need to when I put it now take you out of your own time. But please, this particular lab now, like what time frame is going to be available for one to go through it
Mm,
again and practice and this for today. I mean this the video, sorry, at said lab.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, what I'm going to do is that I will try compressing it tonight. I'm doing screen recording, and my screen volume size is like it's using 180 1080p pixel, so it's going to kind of large, and considering the time spent. So now for this lab, the total file size might be up to like 500 megabyte plus. So I will have to compress it tonight, and let me see how fast I can go with that. I should be able to upload it tomorrow. Just remind me on the group as well, so that I'll be reminded. Though I
Okay,
have a lot on my
okay.
table, I have a lot on my desk, but I will try.
Let me be your PA, sir.
All right, boss. No wahala now. Mr. John, you there? Ashfat, boss. Mr. Chris, any contribution, any question?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I saw the enumeration walkthrough and it was quite intuitive.
Oh, that's great. That's good to hear. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for joining tonight. Mr. Ashfat, we see you in next. Oh, please, Mr. FFyon, try to chat me up to continue our for previous discussion. All right, thank you, everyone. Let's do it to have a wonderful night rest. Thank you and good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye, boss. Thank you.
Yeah, good night, boss.